Okay. Bao Ming, how going?
Hello,
How are you, Bao Ming?
I'm good today because
Good.
I'm finally ending the semester.
Good. 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 At last you can relax a little bit, I hope.
Yeah, 5 days.
Right. Good. And Kian, Xin Chao Kian,
Hello, teacher.
how are you?
Um, you didn't know what I have done last week. It's
What did
so
you what did
wow.
you what did you do
Yeah,
last week?
I don't believe in myself that I can get 8.5 at my last term test math.
Wow, really? Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I don't believe myself.
Congratulations. Wow, but well,
Wow,
that's great.
it's what
That's
crazy,
great.
right?
That's great, Kian. That's great. I hope your parents are happy for this. I hope it make your parents happy too.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so too. That's great. Congratulations, Kian. That's really good. Okay, Xiaowi.
Hello, Mr. Rick.
How are you, Xiaowi?
Yes, I'm fine.
Good. And Bao Ling. Chao Bui Sang. Bao Ling. Chao Bui Sang. How are you, Bao Ling?
Các con bật camera luôn lên đi. Mấy đứa bật camera luôn đi.
Okay, Xiaowi, I can see. Thank you. And Bao Chan. Bao Chan, how are you?
I'm sleepy.
Sleepy. Okay. Sleepy. Okay. Well, this is the last morning lesson for a little while. So next week you can sleep in. Viet Ang. Viet Ang. Chào buổi sáng Viet Ang.
Việt Anh có thể thẳng cái camera lên con.
Looks like he is frozen.
Yeah, frozen. Yeah.
Frozen. Kian, I
Dạ,
can't
teacher.
see you.
Con để thẳng cái camera, chỉ nhìn mỗi chỏm tóc thôi à?
Okay. And Ting. Chào con Ting.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Con bật camera đi. Bật cam lên. Okay.
Did he hear you or not sure?
Because his camera is doesn't working.
Not working.
Doesn't work. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not working.
All right. So you were saying, so Mrs. Hart, next Sunday, this class will be at a later time. Is that correct?
Yes. I told them already.
They know already.
Only Bảo Trần and suddenly I forgot his name. Yeah, so there are only two of them, so I didn't tell them.
Right.
I didn't tell them. Yeah, Ting and
Okay.
So yeah, I think I will remind them later. Okay.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you, Mrs. Ha. Okay. Okay, everyone, we will get started. Welcome to class. Great to see you all this morning. Hope you've all had a good week. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all next week in Hanoi. In Hanoi, I will be leaving New Zealand on Thursday. Takes from New Zealand this time takes me about 15 hours to get to Hanoi, so quite a long trip. But looking forward to seeing you all next Sunday. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today, I'll just tell you. We might even finish before 12 o'clock. We will see how we go, but I will try to finish before 12 o'clock. So shortly we will be reviewing last week's essay. I've marked the writing that you did, and I will be going through that with each of you shortly. We will look at this week's essay. We'll do another task 2 essay. So while you are writing that, same as last week, while you are writing the answer to that essay, I will go through last week's essay with you. And we'll also do some speaking practice, which we haven't done much of lately because I've been doing, of course, the speaking test with each of you. But we'll do some speaking practice altogether. Before we start, does anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions for me? I hope you've all finished your exams by now. I hope you all got a good result. And Kian told me he got a good result, so that's great. Well done, Kian. Very good. Good work. Okay. So, first thing I'm going to share with you today is, and I can send this to you actually, is the model answer for last week's essay, which I hope you still remember. Bao Ming,
Yes, I'm here.
can you read the topic for me, please?
The topic,
Yeah.
all cars that burns fossil fuel should be banned and electric cars should replace them. Do you agree or disagree?
What did you do, Bao Ming? Did you agree or disagree?
Well, I think I don't remember if I agree or disagree. I
You
think I
disagree.
disagree. Yeah,
You
I
disagreed.
disagree.
Okay, good. As I say, shortly we'll be looking at each of your essays, so you'll remember them. Kian,
Yes, teacher.
did you agree or disagree with this? Can you remember?
Last week I said I disagreed.
Okay, that's fine. Zhao Wei, you didn't do it. Bao Ling,
Yes,
did you agree or disagree with this?
I agree.
Okay. Bao Chan,
Yeah, I disagree.
you disagreed. Viet Ang,
I'm agree.
you agreed. Okay. Nok Tu, did you do this Nok Tu or not?
I'm not doing this.
You didn't do this last week. Okay, that's fine. And Viet Ang. Oh, I asked you already. Sorry, Viet Ang. I already asked you. Okay, so remember everyone, and also to you, Ting, who are new to this, remember, doesn't matter which one you choose, whether you agree or disagree. There is no right answer for these essays, just as long as you can support your opinion by writing good English. That is the main thing. So, like I say, what I will do now is go through this model answer for you. This answer, if you did this, this would get you a band 9. This would get you a score of 9 if you wrote this answer. Okay, so I will just go through the structure of it with you quickly. And like I said before, I can email this to you, so you have it to refer to in the future if you need to remember how to write an essay like this. So, as always, we start off the first sentence of this essay with a paraphrase of the thesis statement, which is this, of course. Okay, Kian,
Yes.
can you read my paraphrase, please?
The question of whether to ban all petrol-driven cars in favor of electric vehicles has sparked considerable debate.
Good reading, Kian. Okay, so you can see, looking at my paraphrase, I've actually rewritten the thesis statement completely, okay? I haven't just used synonyms, although I have used a couple of those, but I've actually completely rewritten the whole sentence. Okay, if you can do this, it will help you get a good score. This word here, sparked. Zhao Wei.
Yes.
Okay, can you guess what sparked means?
Like lights up, like
It does normally, but in this sentence, can you tell me what it means? You are correct. Remember, many English words have two meanings.
yeah, I know the other meaning,
Yeah.
but I cannot
What is the other meaning?
express in English.
Okay, but you have an idea.
Like raise,
Okay.
like raise the.
Okay, I will give you a synonym, everyone. It means encouraged. Okay, has encouraged. To spark something means to get something started or encouraged. Does that make sense, shall we?
Yes.
If you spark something, actually, it's a little bit connected to the meaning that you told me before. Okay, to spark something usually means just to get something started. And you can use it when you are talking about having a discussion about something. I will spark this discussion. It means I will get this discussion started. Okay, it's a colloquial term. Some of you might not have heard before, but I've used it here just to give you a new word for your vocabulary. Sparked considerable debate. Bao Ling.
Yes.
Okay, can you please paraphrase? You can see I've used considerable debate here. What do I mean, Bao Ling? What do I mean by considerable debate? What does that mean?
That had two sides agree or disagree.
Almost. It means a lot of what? If I say something has sparked considerable debate, it means it is a lot. Considerable debate means a lot of. What's another word for a debate, Bao Ling?
Conflict.
Close. I'm thinking when you are talking to someone who has a different point of view from you.
Discussion.
Correct. Very good, Bao Ling. Yes, debate is a synonym, everyone, for discussion. Okay. So what I have said in my paraphrase is sparked considerable debate means, okay, started a lot of discussion. Does that make sense, Bao Ling?
Yes.
Okay, this, by the way, is a collocation, everyone. Sparked considerable debate. These three words often go together when you want to describe a subject that has many people discussing or even arguing something. Bao Chan, does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, so sparked considerable debate is just a more formal way of saying started a lot of discussion about something. Okay, in this case, it's about electric cars and petrol-driven cars. Okay, Viet Ang.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, instead of saying cars that burn fossil fuels, okay, what have I said in my paraphrase? So I have paraphrased this: cars that burn fossil fuels.
You say a petrol driven car.
Correct. Petrol-driven cars. Petrol-driven. Remember, driven is to drive. You drive your car or you drive your motorcycle. Okay. So petrol-driven cars mean cars that use petrol. So instead of saying cars that burn fossil fuels, I've said petrol-driven cars. Knock two.
Yes.
What have I said instead of electric cars?
What? Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Well, we're looking at my paraphrase, okay? Remember,
Yes.
we are paraphrasing this. What phrase have I used instead of electric cars? How have I paraphrased that?
Electric vehicle.
Correct. Okay, everyone. Vehicles is a good synonym for cars or motorcycles or trucks or buses. Okay, vehicles just means some sort of transport. Okay, so I've said electric vehicles instead of electric cars. Okay, so I hope my paraphrase, and like I say, this is a level 9 paraphrase. Okay, where I've chosen completely different words. All right, but I've still used some synonyms, such as instead of saying cars that burn fossil fuels, I've said petrol-driven cars. Instead of saying electric cars, I've said electric vehicles. Okay, so I hope you can understand my paraphrase. All right, has sparked considerable debate. It means this topic has got a lot of people talking. That's all that this means. Sparked considerable debate. Remember, to spark something means to start something. If you spark something, you start something. And considerable debate just means a lot of talk. All right. as always in these essays, okay, first sentence is the paraphrase. Next sentence, okay, I have to give my opinion and 2 reasons. That's why I've written this here, my opinion and 2 reasons. Okay. Oops, can't see. Shall we?
Yes.
Can you read out the sentence, please?
Okay. While some argue that electric cars are the way forward due to the environmental reason, I believe that such a change would have negative consequence because recharging electric car battery is still not easy, and the production and disposal of batteries is not good for the environment.
Okay, excellent reading, shall we? Thank you. Bao Ling.
Yes.
Okay, what does negative consequences mean? I've used this formal phrase, but what does it mean? Negative consequences.
Like the bad reason.
Correct. Very good, Bao Ling. Okay, very good. Perfect. Okay, so negative consequences, everyone. If you want to get a high score, this is just a more formal way of saying bad result. Bad result. Okay, negative is something that is bad. Negative is something that is bad. Bao Chan,
Yes.
what is the opposite of negative, by the way?
Positive.
Correct. Good. Okay. So I can talk about negative consequences or positive consequences in an essay. That just means a bad result or good result, but is a much more formal way of saying it and will help you get better marks if you use the more formal way, of course. So negative consequences just means bad results. So these are my 2 reasons. Okay, remember, I need to have 2 reasons in my introduction, just like you do. Okay, so my first reason is that recharging electric car batteries is not easy. Okay, and my second reason is that the production and disposal of batteries is not good for the environment. Viet Ang.
Yes, teacher.
When I talk about disposal of batteries, what do I mean?
Disposal.
Disposal of batteries. What am I meaning here?
About remove and delete the battery.
Sorry, about remove and
Delete.
not sure what word is that. Viet Ang?
I think it remove battery. Yes.
Remove the battery, yeah. Okay. Disposal, everyone, means to when you throw something away, when you dispose of something. Dispose is the verb. Dispose of something means you throw it away. You dispose of your rubbish, okay, your household rubbish. You throw it away. So to dispose of something means to get rid of it. Get rid of it. All right. So production obviously means to make batteries. Dispose batteries means to get rid of them when you have finished with them. Okay. So hopefully you can see, all right, my 2 reasons are very obvious. All right. First one is recharging car batteries is still not easy. Okay. And making and getting rid of batteries not good for the environment. So again, hopefully everyone, and I'm reminding you of this because some of you didn't do this in your essay. Okay, you need to have your 2 reasons in your introduction. So again, just to remind you, I give my opinion. Okay, so I agree, all right, that electric cars should replace petrol cars. Okay, and I give my 2 reasons. So remember, you must do this in your introduction. Your introduction for an opinion type essay, you must always give your opinion and give 2 reasons for your opinion. All right, you can see body paragraph 1. All right. All I have done here, I'll do it so you can see it, everyone. All I have done is paraphrase, okay, what my first reason is. Sorry, a bit hard to see. Okay, recharging car batteries is still not easy. Recharging car batteries is still not easy. Knock 2. Knock 2.
Yes, yes.
Okay, please read my paraphrase of that.
Charging the battery of an electric car is still not simple process.
Good. Do you understand that sentence, Knock 2?
Yes, I understand.
Good. Okay, so everyone, I hope you can see all this is a paraphrase of my first reason, which I've given here. Recharging car batteries is still not easy. Charging the battery is still not a simple process. Just a paraphrase. Then I have given my 2 reasons. Remember, you always need to give 2 reasons, only 2. Some of you in your essays gave me more than 2. Only need to give 2. Okay? And if you are thinking, oh, I want to give more than 2, well, that's maybe okay, but remember you have limited time to do this. So you must make sure you can still complete the essay inside 40 minutes. All right. So my 2 reasons, all right, my 2 reasons, or my 2 explanations, I should say, Bao Ming.
Yes.
Okay. This phrase here, Bao Ming, can you read it for me? Just the phrase.
Charging infrastructure.
Good. What does that mean, Bao Ming? What is charging infrastructure?
So like is a charging port.
Yes. Charging point, charging stations, places where you can charge a battery. Infrastructure is a good word, everyone, to add to your vocabulary. Infrastructure. All infrastructure means is buildings, really. Buildings. Buildings are infrastructure. And not just buildings, but also things like amenities and facilities. For example, part of the infrastructure of Hanoi includes hotels, shops, bus stations, okay, apartments, houses. That is part of the infrastructure of Hanoi. So infrastructure is just any building in general. In this case, I've talked about charging infrastructure. So this means the sort of buildings or stations you can use for charging your car battery. So infrastructure, everyone, is a very good formal word to use. Infrastructure, again, just means a collection of buildings that have different purposes. Okay, so my first explanation, all right, charging an electric car is still not simple because charging infrastructure is not good in many parts of Vietnam. Kian.
Yes, teacher.
What is the charging infrastructure in Hanoi like? What is just in Hanoi city? What is the charging infrastructure like? Is it good or not good?
I think it's still good, but it's quite few.
Sorry, quite
A few.
There are quite a few, so it's quite good. So in Hanoi, the charging infrastructure is quite good. Is that correct, Kian?
Yes.
Okay, good. So what that sentence means, everyone, is that there are many places in Hanoi you can charge your electric car. The charging infrastructure is good. Places to charge your car. Okay. My second explanation, okay, why charging a battery is not simple. My second explanation is Bao Ling.
Yes.
Okay, what is my second explanation? Can you read it for me, please?
Also, it can take a long time to charge a car battery, and there can be a long queues at public charging station.
Good, good reading. What does queues mean? Bowling, queues.
I have never seen this word.
Ah, you haven't seen this word. Okay, good. A new word for you. Queues. Okay, very common in English. Queues. Bao Chan.
Yes.
Have you seen this word before? Bao Chan.
No, I don't.
Okay, everyone, queues. Queues just means lines. Okay, line of people, a line of cars is called a queue. Okay, the word is pronounced queue. Okay, just like the letter Q, Q, even though it is spelt with these vowels, it is pronounced Q, just like the letter. A queue is just a line of people or cars or vehicles. Okay, just means a line, a line. For example, I'm sure in the streets of Hanoi at this moment, there are queues of cars at the traffic light. Would that be correct, Viet Ang?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, is this correct? In Hanoi right now, there are many queues of cars and motorcycles at the traffic light. Is that right, do you think?
I think that's right.
Sorry, Viet Ang, I didn't quite hear that. Knock two. Knock two, oi. Bao
Yeah,
Ming.
yes. Okay.
Knock two.
Make noise.
Okay, so are there, knock two, are there at the traffic lights in Hanoi right now, do you think, are there long queues of cars and motorcycles?
Yes.
Yes, I think so. Queue just means a line or a lot. Okay, just means like a line of traffic or a line of people. Okay, a queue can be people or animals or traffic. Queue just means a line. Okay, when people, they line up to buy something or wait for something. Okay, so this word here, queues. Bao Ming.
Yep,
Okay, is my explanation correct, do you think?
it is. Well,
Okay.
it depends on the queue's meaning. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there are long queues at public charging station and take a long time to charge a car battery. Okay. I wasn't sure if this is correct, but it feels correct to me, so I put it in. Okay. And finally, of course, my example. Remember, every paragraph, you need an example. Okay. So my example is many people had to wait hours for their turn at Hanoi charging stations during the recent Tet holiday. Again, I'm not sure if that is true, but it sounds true, so I put it in. And as long as the English is correct, that's okay. Okay, all right, almost finished this, just very quickly. This is my second reason, okay, why electric cars can be a problem. Okay, these are my two explanation sentences. Okay, the mining of rare minerals, okay, can harm the environment. Okay, and the disposal of used batteries can be challenging. Kian.
Yes, teacher.
What does that sentence mean, Kian? The disposal of used batteries can be challenging.
Is if the battery is broken or something like that, we have to left it aside and use the new one, right? And the one which left aside is very a big problem.
That's right, correct. Thank you, Kian. Okay, all it means is the disposal, dispose, remember, means to get rid of something, throw something away. The disposal of huge batteries can be challenging, can be a problem. Okay, that's all the sentence means. Something that is challenging. Challenging is a synonym for something that is a problem. For example, I could say, for me, getting a high score in physics is challenging. Okay, getting a high score in physics for me is a problem, challenging. Okay, and then again, you can see my example. Okay, for instance, I've used for instance instead of for example, just for a change, just to show the examiner I know the word. Okay, China burns a lot of coal, okay, to produce electricity needed for electric cars. So while electricity is clean and renewable, somewhere like China, they have to burn coal, which is a fossil fuel, to make the electricity. So that is a problem. Okay, and then my conclusion. So you will see here 249 words. Okay, almost exactly 250, which is the target. 250 is the target. So once again, I will summarize the structure for you. My introduction, paraphrase. Okay, because this is an opinion essay, I give my opinion and then I give two reasons. Okay, reason one, two explanation sentences. Example. Reason two, two explanation sentences. Example. And conclusion. Okay, so the structure of these essays is really very simple. But some of you still are not doing it. That's why I am reminding you all. Okay. Just seen your message. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Ha. I'll give knock to the speaking test. All right. Thank you. All right, everyone. Are there any questions about my model essay? Okay. Let's look at this week's essay, everyone, which you're going to start writing soon. Okay. This is this week's essay. Bao Ling.
Yes.
Can you please read this week's essay topic, please?
Yes. As technology advances, some believe it leads to social isolation, while others argue it enhances communication and connection. Discuss both sides and share your perspective.
Good. Good reading. Okay, now there are some very formal words in here you might not have heard before, but you need to know these words. This, by the way, this is a proper Ielts question. Okay, so that's why I'm showing you this question, and I'm also going to just tell you the meaning of some of these words. Okay, so firstly, Bao Ling. Bao Ling, again, what type of essay is this?
It's discussion.
It is a discussion essay. Okay, very easy to work that out because it says discuss. Discuss both sides. Okay, so that means, of course, Bao Ling, body paragraph number 1. What are you going to talk about, Bao Ling, in body paragraph number 1?
I think first is the talk about is lead to social relation.
Correct. Okay, this word, by the way, Bao Ling, is pronounced isolation. Okay, isolation. Isolation. Good. I'll check the meaning of this, by the way, with all of you in just a moment. And Bao Ling, just continuing, what will body paragraph number 2 be about?
The body gratitude is about other argue is enhance communication and connection.
Correct. Very good, Bao Ling. You have the structure correct. Good. You identify it correctly. Okay, so because it's a discussion essay, it says discuss both sides. Body paragraph number 1 is going to be about this. Body paragraph number 2 is going to be about this. Okay, so first of all, What does this mean? Some of you might not be sure. Social isolation. Social isolation. Bao Chan. Bao Chan. Give me, yeah, what does social isolation mean?
It's a problem. It's
Hmm?
kind of like a problem.
Yeah, what does it mean? What is social isolation? Can you give me a synonym? Give me a synonym.
I don't know yet.
Not sure. Okay. Viet Ang. Viet Ang. Any idea?
Not
Social
sure.
isolation. Social isolation. Any idea what this means?
I'm not sure.
Okay, that's fine. And knock two. Knock two.
I think it's maybe when the people
Yeah?
just want to feel alone or have to feel
Knock
alone.
two. Knock two. 100% correct. Okay? Excellent, knock two. Social isolation is when people want to be alone. Okay? Isolation is a synonym for loneliness. Okay? Social, I'm sure most of you know what the meaning of social is. Social is when you mix and talk with other people, your friends, your family, your people at school, other students. Okay? When you are mixing with them, you are being social. So social isolation, all right, means that you want to be by yourself instead of mixing and talking with other people. It just means to make yourself lonely, to separate yourself from other people, social isolation. Very good, knock two. Okay, you understand the meaning perfectly. Okay, that's what so again, this is a good formal phrase, and it is a collocation. These two words go together. Social isolation. It's a good phrase to remember. Someone who is socially isolated is alone. Okay, they don't have anyone to talk to, or they don't want to talk to anyone. Okay, this word here, enhances. While others argue it enhances communication and connection. Okay, Tuan Son, you joined the lesson. Go on, Tuan Son.
Hello, teacher.
Okay, what does to enhance communication and connection mean? Enhance, what do you think? Correct, very good, Tuan Son. Enhance just means to improve. So again, if you are keeping a list of new vocabulary, all right, these are words that are worth knowing if you want to get a good score, to improve your vocabulary. Enhance just means to improve something. She enhanced her math score. She improved her math score. Okay. He enhanced the environment. He enhanced the environment by cleaning up the rubbish. Okay. Enhance just means to improve. Okay. So now that we know that, now that we know what those words mean, Bao Ming. Bao Ming.
Yes.
Okay. Can you give me a quick paraphrase of this thesis topic, please? Off the top of your head, just tell it to me. So as technology does what? As technology
cultivates.
Sorry, Bao Ming, as technology, I couldn't hear. Not cultivates. Okay.
Upgrading?
Not quite. What is the word? Actually, I'm thinking of a word beginning with I. I. Instead of advances. As technology, I am. Bao Ming, I am.
Improving?
Correct. Improves. Okay. As technology improves. Okay. Good synonym for advances. Okay. Next. Kian. Kian.
Yes, Joe.
Okay. Next phrase. Some believe it leads to social isolation. Give me a paraphrase, please.
Social isolation is
Okay, start at the beginning of the phrase. Some believe. what could you say? Instead of saying some believe, what could you say?
It believes that it leads to
And what can we say instead of social isolation?
loneliness.
Correct. Good. Okay. Or you could say, that's good, Kian. Another way you could do it, you could say, some people think. Okay. Instead of just saying some believe, you can just say some people think. It means exactly the same thing. It leads to loneliness. Okay. While others argue, okay. What can we say, shall we? Instead of saying while others argue, is there another way of saying this? While others argue. There's a very simple way of doing this, and that means just change this word and this word. Instead of saying while others, what could I say, shall we? Can you think of it?
On the other hand.
On the other hand, excellent, shall we? Okay, is one way of doing it. Okay, and what's shall we staying with you? What is a synonym maybe for argue?
Discuss or like no.
Not discuss in this case.
yeah.
While others, all right. You have the right idea, shall we? Here's a very simple one, everyone. A three-letter word, shall we, begins with S. First letter is S. 3 letters. It doesn't mean argue, but it's a word that I can use instead of argue. 3-letter word begins with S. If I give you the next letter, it will give it away, shall we? Any idea? Any idea? Okay, I'll give you the next letter. S-A. S-A.
S-A. And
Oh, still thinking? Okay, I'll ask Bao Ling. I'll ask your cousin. Bao Ling. Bao Ling.
Yes.
Instead of saying argue, what word could I use that begins with S-A?
Saying.
Correct. Say. It was say, shall we?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So like I said,
Yes.
doesn't mean the same as argue, of course, but you can still use it as a synonym. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you can say while others say. Okay. It's a perfect synonym. While others say. Remember, by the way, everyone, your synonyms don't have to be complicated. Okay. Just find another word that means the same thing. All right. Thank you, Bao Ling. And Bao Chan. Bao Chan.
Yes.
Okay, last phrase, it enhances communication and connection. Can you paraphrase that for me, please?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Yeah, can you please paraphrase the phrase that I've highlighted?
Yeah.
It enhances, remember, what did we say enhance means? What does that mean?
It means upgrade something or improve.
Improve, correct, means to improve. Is there something we could say instead of communication and connection?
I think it could be the
This one is a bit difficult. This is a bit difficult, so don't worry about Chan if it's hard. This one is a bit hard.
I think I could paraphrase as a social
Yes.
media.
Yes, it improves social
media. Yeah.
Media is not quite correct. The word I would use, I will send it to you in chat, everyone. You are on the right track, Bao Chan. Okay, good thinking. Okay, I've sent the word to everyone in chat. Can you see it, Bao Chan?
Yes, I see that.
Okay, can you read the word for me, please?
Interaction.
Correct. Interaction, social interaction. Interaction just means when you get together and you talk with people, you interact with them. Have you heard this word before, Bao Chan?
Yes, I heard that.
Good. Okay. So it improves improving technology improves social interaction. Does that make sense to you now, Bao-Chan?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So everyone, hopefully you can see how we have made the paraphrase because you helped me with this. Okay. So again, I will just paraphrase this quickly for you. You're going to be writing this in a moment, by the way. As technology improves, some people think it leads to loneliness, while other people say it improves social interaction. Okay? So there is one way we can paraphrase that. All right? As we've said here, discuss both sides, which means you have to do one paragraph about each side. Okay? And this one here, share your perspective. Share your perspective. Knock two. Knock two.
Yes.
Okay, share your perspective. What do they want you to do? Knock two, what does this mean? They want you to share your perspective.
I don't understand the perfect.
Okay, that's okay, knock two. It's okay. Tu and Son. Tu and Son.
Yes.
What does share your perspective mean? What do you think? Can you
It
guess?
is the point of view.
Correct. Exactly. Okay, knock two.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, it just means what is your point of view? What is your opinion? Okay, again, this is just a very formal way of paraphrasing what is your opinion. All right, it's not an opinion essay though. Don't worry about this. It is a discussion essay because it's got this. But share your perspective. Perspective is just a more formal word for view. So your perspective just means your point of view. Viet Ang. Viet Ang.
Yeah, teacher.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, so share your perspective just means you have to write what is your point of view on this? What do you think? So perspective, everyone, is just another synonym for view. And share your perspective just means what is your point of view? What is your opinion? So if you ever see this in an essay, they are just asking, what is your opinion? What do you think? That's all they are saying. It's just a more formal way of saying it. Share your perspective. Okay. Okay, before we start writing, going to go very quickly around all of you. I will start with you. Bao Ming.
Yes.
Okay, Bao Ming, what is your perspective on this? Okay, as technology improves, some believe it leads to loneliness, others say it enhances social interaction. What is your perspective?
Well, my perspective is that it is true that when technology advances, people get isolation from social norms because they don't react face to face more anymore.
Okay, thank you, Bao Ming. That's all I wanted. Okay, just one sentence, everyone. Kian. Kian.
Yes, teacher.
What is your perspective?
What? My internet is unstable. Can you say again?
Okay, what is your perspective? Did you hear what I said before, Kian, when I was telling everyone what perspective means?
I'm not sure, but yeah, it's just about tuning.
Yeah, perspective means your point of view, Kian, your opinion. Okay, share your so what is your perspective on the thesis statement?
I think is disagree.
Okay. It's not which part do you disagree with? Remember, there are two things here to discuss.
I disagree with well, people think it leads to loneliness.
Yeah. Okay. You disagree.
Teacher.
You disagree. Yeah, I can hear you. So you disagree, Kian. That's fine. All right. Zhao Wei.
Yes.
What is your perspective on the thesis
I think it's
statement?
true that it leads to social isolation due to the technology improvement.
Okay, thank you, Zhao Wei. Bao Ling. Bao Ling,
Yes.
what is your perspective?
I disagree with it leads to social isolation.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Bao Ling. Bao Chan. Bao Chan, what is your perspective, Bao Chan, on the thesis statement? Remember, perspective means just what do you think? What is your perspective?
Yes, I think that technology is harm to our society.
So you agree it leads to loneliness sometimes?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Bao Chan. Viet Ang. Viet Ang. What is your perspective?
My opinion, I think it because technology it help a lot for people. So
Okay, that's fine.
It's difficult.
Yeah. Okay, it's difficult. Okay, so remember your perspective, your opinion on this. You have to decide whether it's true that it leads to social isolation or loneliness, or has technology made social interaction between people better? Okay. Knock two. Knock two.
Yes.
What is your perspective on this topic? What do you think?
I would say I disagree. Yeah, because I don't think I don't prepare the idea. Yes.
Okay, so so you're thinking technology doesn't make people lonely. Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
And you think it does improve. It improves social interaction. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's fine, not to. And again, remember everyone, there's no right or wrong answer. Okay, usually you would choose the side that you find easiest to write about. Okay. Tu and Son. Tu and Son.
Yes.
What is your perspective on this?
I think I agree with this because it make people pay too much attention on the technology device.
Okay, so you believe it does lead to people becoming a bit lonely, you think?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Good. All right, so that is everyone's perspective. Remember, perspective just means what is your point of view? What is your opinion? So in this essay, you would have to say what you think. Okay, and normally you would say this both in the introduction and again in the conclusion, just like you're doing for an opinion essay. So what I'm going to do with you now, everyone, is I'm going to show you some of my suggestions for this, okay, to give you some idea before you start writing. Okay. So these are, remember, this is a discussion essay, so you have to present both sides. All right. So here is my ideas about why social media can make you lonely. Okay. The first one is, Bao Ming, what is the first one?
Screen addiction.
Screen addiction.
Excessive. Yeah.
Yeah. Excessive, by the way, means too much. Okay, so people who spend, I'm sure you all know someone who does this. People who spend too much time looking at their screens, or in other words, excessive screen time, okay, means they spend less time talking to real people. Okay, so screen addiction, which can happen to many people, okay, can lead to loneliness and social isolation. All right, so this is one reason why technology has made people more lonely. All right, I've also talked here online echo chambers. An echo chamber, okay, is when you only talk or listen to people who have the same opinion as you. Okay, and the final reason, okay, is because a lot of people, even though they are very connected on the internet to all sorts of social media and all sorts of websites, okay, many people still feel lonely, okay, because they are not often talking to real people face to face. They are just talking to people online. Not the same thing. All right. So technology in some ways has helped make people more lonely. Even though you can talk to anyone in the world, for some people, it actually makes them feel more lonely because they are not real relationships. Okay, so those are reasons why technology has made social isolation worse. Okay, on the other hand, remember this is a discussion essay, so I have to look at how technology has improved social interaction. Okay, the first one here is, Kian, what is the first one?
Global connectivity.
Good. Global connectivity means you can talk to anyone in the world. Okay, so obviously technology has made it possible for us to talk to anyone from any country in the world, okay, through social media. All right, so in some ways it's improved social interaction. Okay, it has also let people join online communities. Okay, maybe you are a fan of Liverpool football team, like I know that Knock 2 is. Okay, so Knock 2, for example, you could join an online community of Liverpool fans from all over the world. Is that correct, Knock 2?
Yeah.
You could. Okay, so you could talk to Liverpool fans in America, in China, at the North Pole. Okay, all right, and that would make you feel more connected. You wouldn't feel lonely then because you can all get together and talk about Liverpool. Okay, so that's what that means. Okay, and also virtual collaboration, which is kind of what we are doing now. We can go online to learn things and work things. All right, so they are some of the things, okay, that you can use in your body paragraphs. Like I say, remember, because this is a discussion essay, you have to consider both points of view. Are there any questions about that? Okay, everyone, so what I'm going to do now, just for the next half hour of this lesson, is you are going to start writing this essay for me. So I'm going to share the link with you now in chat. Okay, you should all be able to see the link. So please start writing your essay. While you are doing that, I will come around each of you individually and talk about what you did last week. Does anyone have any questions before you start? So just before you start, hopefully I have explained what you have to do correctly. You have to, of course, write the usual introduction, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and conclusion. Your first sentence, as always, is a paraphrase. Okay? The next sentence of your introduction, okay, you should give your perspective on the topic. What do you think? Does improving technology lead to loneliness, or does it improve social interaction? Okay, and you need to give 2 reasons. Body paragraph number 1 will be reason 1 about, do you think technology makes people lonely or not? Body paragraph number 2 will be, do you think technology helps improve social interaction or not? Okay, so hopefully you all understand the structure of these essays now. Are there any questions from anyone? Okay, please start writing. Okay, Jabal, Bao-Chan.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, can you see what you wrote last week?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, good. So you can see how I have changed your introduction. Okay, all right. So you wrote most cars consuming petrols, okay, needs to be, petrol is singular, okay, doesn't need an S. All right, should be banned and replaced by electric cars. So I've crossed out these words here, Bao-Chan, okay, you didn't need them. You don't need them.
Yes.
Okay, this is a good enough paraphrase. Most cars consuming petrol should be banned and replaced by electric cars. Okay, is enough. Okay, all right. And then I have rewritten the next sentence. All right, so it gives 2 reasons. Okay, so the all I've done is rewrite the 2 reasons that you wrote about. Okay, so you've said electric cars are not convenient for everyone. Is that correct? That's what you say?
Yes.
Okay, electric cars are not convenient for everyone. Okay, and the other reason you've got is it would be a big economic cost for the car industry to change from petrol to electric. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, all I've done is take what you said about lots of people will lose their jobs. Okay, I've written that in a more formal way. Okay. All right. So then what you've done with your first body paragraph, okay, again, I have just rewritten it to correct the English. Can you just read the first sentence for me here, please, Bao-Chan?
The one is fixed or not?
Firstly.
Yeah. Firstly, electricity is more popular than ever, helping to solve the carbon footprint problem.
Okay, good. So I hope that makes sense to you, the structure, Bao-Chan, okay? How I've changed your sentence into something that makes correct sense in English, okay? Does that make sense, Bao-Chan?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Then your second paragraph, okay. This is correct, Bao-Chan. That's right. People will lose their work if electric cars are used widely. Okay. So then, yeah, you started on explanation number 1. So to finish this essay, of course, you need explanation sentence number 2 and an example, of course. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions?
I think
Jabal.
I'm not.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you, Jabal. All right. Zung Ha has joined us. Kalgon Zung Ha.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Good. I'm glad you can make it to the class. Okay. can you see your essay from last week, Sungha?
Yes, I can.
Good. All right. So you completed it, which is good, Sungha. That's great. Okay. So you can see your introduction is fine. Okay. I've made no corrections, Sungha. So that's good. All right. But I have changed your English. Okay. For your body paragraphs. Okay. Can you please read body paragraph number 1, Sungha?
Firstly, using cars that burn fossil fuels release more fumes and makes more noise. This can cause both air and noise pollution, leading to poor living conditions that harm people's health. For example, driving a car that releases fumes can have a bad impact on people's lungs by breathing in bad air.
Good. Okay. So you can see I've crossed out the words you don't need. Okay. I've crossed out the ones you don't need, and I've put in just the ones in red to make it make sense in English. Looking at that, do you have any questions, Sungha?
No, thank you.
Okay, so instead of saying, for example, bad air conditions, I've talked about air pollution. Okay, that's a better word to use in an essay like this than conditions. All right, that's an example. Okay, can you read your second paragraph?
Secondly, electric vehicles can be charged using alternative sources to refuel the car, such as wind or solar energy. This can help to save the environment by not using fossil fuels.
Good.
For
Okay,
instance,
that's fine. So you need to complete the essay correctly, you need an example, of course, for this. Okay, you need to think of an example. All right. So, any questions, Sungha?
no.
Okay, so you have the structure almost correct. The only thing you missed out, you didn't have an example here. So remember, every body paragraph needs to finish with an example. All right, thank you, Sungha. Okay, Feng Ni, I don't think is here.
Teacher Rick,
Yeah.
can you paste the task again in the doc?
Oh, can't you see it?
Oh, okay. I cannot. Okay.
All right. Can you see it now?
Let me check again. Yes, I can see it now. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Feng Ni's not here. Bao Ming. Michael.
Hello.
Okay, Michael. Can you see your essay from last week?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so you can see the first correction I've made, replace, okay, not alternate. Okay, replace is the correct word. Okay. Does that make sense, Michael?
Yes, that is.
Okay, battery electric vehicles should replace them, not alternate them. Alternate doesn't make sense in this sentence. Have to use replace.
Okay.
Have to use replace. Okay. Alternate means to take turns. Okay, which doesn't make sense in the sentence. Has to be replaced. Okay, and you can see I have changed friendly to friendliness. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's have a look at your body paragraph number 1. Again, mostly correct, Michael. Okay, so I've just changed. I've added so here. You need to have the linking word here, so. So replacing them with electric vehicles. Okay, need to have is, not are.
Oh.
Okay, and instead of saying threefold, 3 times is correct. Okay, not threefold more, 3 times more. is better. Okay. On your body paragraph number 2,
I think I made quite a lot of mistakes typing one.
yeah, not bad though. Just here, you've made it more complicated than you needed to. All right. Okay. So you just say fossil fuel cars will be left behind as they have more downsides compared to the new generation vehicles. Okay. I've just rewritten what you've done here so that it makes better sense. All right.
Yes.
And again, I've just changed some of the form of your words. So you've got the right idea, you're just using the incorrect form of the words. Okay, but not bad. So not many mistakes. Michael.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions, Michael?
Yeah, like, is there any suggestion on the ideas that I'm making on this issue?
No, nothing at all. All you're doing is just making the mistakes that you will improve by just me showing you the mistakes and then you remembering and practicing them for next time. Okay?
Okay.
Because your ideas are fine, your structure is fine, Michael. Okay?
Thank you.
You've just made some mistakes with just some of the words and some of the grammar. Okay, that's all.
I see.
All right. And it's like simple things here. You've got the wrong preposition.
Yeah.
Like it should be responsibility for, not responsibility in. Just simple things like that. But that is just practice. Okay, that's just becoming more familiar. So
yes.
that's fine, Michael. So I'm just thinking, if you want to get a 7, you must have 50% of your sentences with no mistakes. Okay, and you are almost there.
Oh.
Okay, you're getting close.
Well, I guess the only thing right now is my grammar.
Yeah, just your grammar. That's all.
Okay.
Just some small grammar things. But the more of these you do, the better you will get. Okay.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Any more questions, Michael?
Not for now, but I will set it on later.
Okay, good. All right. I look forward to seeing your new essay later. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Okay, Kian.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Kian. Can you see your essay from last week?
Yes, I can see it.
You can see it. Good. Okay. Number 1, Kian, please remember to leave spaces between your paragraphs. Okay. Like this.
Okay.
Okay. If you do this in the test, they count that as a punctuation mistake. Okay. So you must leave a space between your paragraphs. Very, very simple thing to remember. Always leave a space between your paragraphs. Okay. All right. And again, instead of saying it's an opinion, some people think is a better way of saying that. Okay.
Okay.
Some people think. Instead of saying it's an opinion, some people think is more usual English. Okay. Again, so your reasons are fine, Kian. Okay. You just here you explain too much. Okay. Remember, you only need one sentence. Okay, which is your reason. And then you only need 2 explanation sentences. All right, but you have given me about 4. Okay. Does that make sense, Kian?
Okay, I understand it.
Yeah. For you've written a lot about your uncle. Okay, and you
No,
don't
I
need...
made up that one.
Oh, right. Well, that's fine, Kian. You can make it up. That's fine. But you've written too much about it. All right. So for example, you don't need to write this. All right. Who he drives is not important. Okay. So you just say, for example, I have an uncle who works as a driver in a financial company. His salary is about 7 to 8 million Vietnamese dong. Okay. And then you can leave this out. And then so after working hard, okay, he only has enough money to buy a cheap car. So he can't afford an electric car. So just remember to keep your examples quite simple. So nothing wrong with the example, Kian. Okay, the example you have made up is fine, okay, but you don't need to write that much. Remember, your body paragraphs should only have about 4 sentences. Does that make sense? Kian, can you hear me?
Yes, I still can hear you.
Okay,
Ông
good.
trả
So
lời
does
thật
that,
nhanh lên chứ. Tại sao thầy hỏi mãi có giờ không trả lời? Ok.
Thỉnh thoảng cái mạng của con nó bị giật giật đi.
Ờ.
Thỉnh thoảng con không nghe rõ lắm.
okay, Kian, now just some of your words. So fragments wasn't the correct word here. Okay, has to be one of either of these words. Can you read these 2 words, please, Kian?
Components of parts.
Yeah, components means the same thing as parts. Okay, battery is one of the most important parts of an electric car. Battery is one of the most important components. Okay, components is just a formal word for parts, but not fragments. Fragment means a piece of. Okay, which is not quite the correct word for this sentence. Need to use components or parts, not fragments. Fragments means a tiny piece of it. Tiny piece. Okay, and this word here, Kian, can you say this word for me, please?
Flora.
Flora. Okay, you talk about flora and fauna. Okay, flora and fauna. Okay, flora just means they will pollute the underground water. Flora and fauna is a very old-fashioned way of saying animals and plants and animals. Does that make sense, Kian?
Yes, but
you know
no,
this phrase.
the flora I have grammar mistake.
Yeah. Okay. You've got florals. Okay. Should be flora. Okay. Flora is a very old-fashioned word meaning plants. Meaning plants. You know, and fauna means animals. Okay, so you have the right idea, you just use the wrong grammar. Okay. And again, this sentence here, Kian, not only do they damage the environment. Okay, you need to have do they to make that sentence make sense. Any questions, Kian?
No, and thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kian. Bao Ling.
Yes.
Okay, Bao Ling, can you see your essay from last week? Sorry, Bao Ling, I can't hear you. Can you see your essay from last week?
Yes, I can see it.
Good. Okay, so you did good job with this essay, Bao Ling. Okay, good work. All right. The only thing you didn't finish it. Okay. All right. So your introduction, Bao Ling, is fine. Good. No problem. Again, you can see I've just made some corrections to your grammar and word choices here.
Yes.
Okay, but you know your reasons are good. Your reason is good. Your explanation is fine, and your example is fine. Okay, very good. I mean, you have these are good phrases, Bao Ling. This is good. Sustainable design, 0 tailpipe emissions. Okay, very good formal phrase that you can use that. All right. Just this phrase here. All right, you have to say gasoline prices fluctuate. Okay, not gasoline has price fluctuation. All right, so the grammar you've got is just incorrect. Gasoline prices fluctuate. Does that make sense, Bowling?
Yes.
Okay, can you give me an example, Bowling? You need to have an example here, of course, next. Can you give me an example for this? Owning an electric car can be convenient because you can plug in to charge your car at the charging network. What example can you think of?
For example, like VinFast in Vietnam, they have same price, and they has many like charging network that you can find on the street.
Great. Okay, great example, Bowling. Perfect. Okay, perfect to do. So, just to test you a little bit. So, VinFast has very good charging. What word is next that I showed you before, Bowling? VinFast has very good charging. What is the word that I said before? Begins with I. Begins with I.
Is infrastructure.
Correct. Excellent, Bowling. You remember very well. So VinFast has very good charging infrastructure. Okay, does that make sense, Bowling?
Yes.
Good. Okay, and then of course all you need to do to finish is write your conclusion.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good, Bowling. Do you have any question for me about that? Okay, so your writing is on the right track, Bowling. Okay, you're doing fine. All right, thank you, Bowling. Viet Ang. Việt
Anh ơi, Việt Anh. He doesn't ask. Ok, thầy gọi mà.
Cháu bị connect rồi.
Ok, chú ý vào cái bài của thầy sửa cho con bây giờ đây.
Okay, Viet Ang.
Yes.
Can you see your essay, Viet Ang?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, so remember, first thing, you must remember to leave a space between your paragraphs like this. Okay, Viet Ang?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, have to remember to leave a space between the paragraph. Okay, so your introduction is okay, all right? Just the grammar. I just need to change use to use. All right? All right, and I changed here, I changed see to hear. Okay, does this make sense, Viet Ang? You can hear that vehicles are very noisy. You don't see that things are very noisy. Does that make sense? Viet Ang?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, you hear this word here, you hear noise. Okay, you don't see noise. Does that make sense?
Yeah, teacher.
You hear noise. It's easy to hear that gasoline vehicles city are very noisy, so it can lead to noise pollution. Okay. Therefore, we should solve this problem by using electric cars. So you need one more explanation sentence here, Viet Ang. Okay. One more explanation sentence before the example. So you could say something like, gasoline vehicles cause a lot of problems for pedestrians in Hanoi, for people who are walking, because they are so noisy. Okay? So you need one more explanation, okay, and then your example. All right, and then your second paragraph, your second body paragraph. Okay, what should it be about, Viet Ang? I know you haven't written it, but what should it be about?
In the body paragraph 2.
Yeah, body paragraph number 2. Yeah, what should it be about?
It reason. You're not. You know, I'll just use the reason.
Yeah, so it should be this, Viet Ang. Okay, like you've got in your introduction.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are correct. Body paragraph number 1 is this, okay, and you have got that correct. Okay, good. So body paragraph number 2 needs to be about this. All right, does that make sense, Viet Ang?
Sure, teacher.
That electric vehicles have better environmental impact. Okay. Any question, Viet Ang?
I don't have any question.
All right, thank you, Viet Ang. Tu and Son.
Yes.
Okay, Tu and Son. Now, for some reason, Tu and Son, you didn't write very much last week. Any reason for that?
No.
Okay, you only wrote the introduction and half of one paragraph. So, Tu and Son, just going over the structure of your introduction, okay, you have given one reason, okay, from my perspective. Good use of the word perspective, Tu and Son. So you've given one reason. Can you think of another reason, Tu and Son? Why electric cars should be used instead of fossil fuel cars?
It's don't release much carbon footprint as fossil fuel car.
Okay. That is maybe too similar to this reason. Okay. So you've got electric cars is better for the environment. Okay, so that is the same as not having a big carbon footprint. Can you think of another? You need 2 reasons for this essay. Remember, Tu and Son? 2 reasons why you think electric cars are better. Okay, so your first reason is because of benefits to the environment. Can you think of another reason why do you think electric cars are better?
Maybe it costs less to charge the car.
Good. Okay, that's a good reason. Okay, so of course that reason needs to go in your introduction. Does that make sense, Tu and Son?
Yes.
Okay, that needs to go into your introduction, and then of course that reason about how it costs less to charge the car, okay, becomes the subject of your second body paragraph. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so your first body paragraph, as you started here, electric cars better for the environment. Your second body paragraph, okay, would be about how it's cheaper. Using electricity is cheaper than using petrol. Okay, and again, what else do you need in each of these paragraphs, Tu and Son? What is the last sentence for each of these paragraphs? What should it be?
An example.
Correct. Need to have an example. So you need to have thought of examples for that. Okay, Tu and Son, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you, Tu and Son. I look forward to reading your next essay. Hope you can write a little bit more. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Tu and Son. All right. So 5 more minutes of this, everyone, and then we will stop the lesson. Okay? So you have 5 more minutes to write as much as you can.
Bác dặn luôn mọi người nhé là đến chủ nhật tuần sau thì là vì hôm trước bác dặn rồi có Tuấn Sơn với Đạt với lại còn Bảo Trần là chưa nhớ chưa biết đúng không? Thế là tuần sau chúng mình thầy đã sang Việt Nam rồi và chúng mình sẽ học offline trong 2 tuần. Thế thì tuần sau chúng mình sẽ học vào lúc 4 giờ và tại nhà bác nhé. Tuấn Sơn nhé với lại Bảo Trần nhé.
4 giờ chiều thì con đi học thêm ở chỗ khác rồi.
4 giờ chiều đi học thêm hả? Thế à?
Vâng.
Thế thì thế khó nhỉ? Thế thì làm thế nào bây giờ? bởi vì là buổi chiều thì cái môn học từ 4 giờ chiều thôi.
So, Mrs. Ha, I haven't seen Phung Ling or Phung Ni today.
Yes, Phương Linh and Khắc Dũng. Today they have they are going out with their class.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So they are both going out with their class.
Yes, because they are they are the same class.
Ah, are they? They are in the
Yes.
same class at school.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Ha. So I think, is there anyone else who hasn't done the speaking test, or just Nok Tu?
That's Ngọc Tú today. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think he is the last one. Is that correct?
Yes, he's the last one.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Ha. Jabao, can you hear me? Jabao.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. I'll just give two quick corrections to what you have written. Okay. First one is this word here, Jabao. Okay. It's always give my perspective. Okay. Give. Okay.
Yes.
And the second one, please always remember to leave a space. Okay, between the paragraphs.
Yes.
Okay, if you do that, if you don't leave a space in the test, they count that as a punctuation mistake. Okay, so just remember, always leave space. Thank you,
Yes.
Jabao. Thank you. Zung Ha.
Yes.
Okay, Zung Ha. First thing I can see, spelling mistake, Zung Ha. Okay, small one. This word here. Okay, you can see how it should be spelled, Zung Ha. Okay, good. Okay, this phrase is not quite correct, Zung Ha. What are you trying to say? This essay will discuss both the
Because it's like the advantage and disadvantage.
Okay, so better to say that, okay? Or better to say, not downstairs, upstairs isn't correct, okay? You could say downside and upside. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't remember
Okay, so
correctly.
all right, so it's downside and upside, not downstairs and upstairs. Okay. All right. Thank you, Zung Ha. Bao Ming.
Hello.
Okay, just looking at your introduction. Okay. It's better English to say, instead of saying could cause. Okay, just instead of saying could cause, just use causes. Causes.
Okay.
Okay, a debate between whether technology causes
Okay.
social seclusion. Okay, or and here again a small thing. But again, this is just getting you used to writing correct English. You don't need to say up in this sentence. Don't need to say up.
Yes.
Okay, so up can disappear. So, or will it build more communication and connection? Okay, so don't need up. Okay, thank you, Bao-Ming. Just two small things, but it makes it more like natural English.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Ting, can you hear me?
Thịnh ơi.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, Ting. Now, I see you've started writing. I haven't asked you any questions because I just wanted you to get used to how the lesson works. Do you have any questions for me, Ting? Do you have any questions?
I think no.
Okay, so I hope you understand how these lessons work. So I usually explain to the students how they can improve what they did last week, and then you do a new exercise each week, and then I will correct that for you. Does that make sense, Ting? Okay. All right. Thank you, Ting. Viet Ang. Viet Ang.
Teacher.
Okay, Viet Ang, just looking at your first sentence here. As technology improves, it is believed that it leads to loneliness. Okay, so just need to be just a little bit careful. If you write it like this, Viet Ang, okay, it makes it sound like everyone believes it leads to loneliness, which is not correct. Okay, so you just need to change this, Viet Ang, to some people. Some people believe it leads to loneliness. Does that make sense? Okay, not because not everyone believes it leads to loneliness, but some people do believe it. So that's what you need to change that to. Thank you, Viet Ang. And Tuan Son.
Yes,
Okay, do you have any question for me, Tuan Son, about this topic?
I can think the second reason.
Okay, you can't think of a second. I'm just looking at what you've written here. You need to have some people. Some people, okay? Otherwise, it makes it sound like everyone believes. Does that make sense, Tuan Son?
Yes.
Okay, so in here you need like this. Some people. Okay, because not everyone believes it makes you lonely. Because human can immediately get excess. So what you are looking for, Tuan Son, with this, you need one reason, okay, why technology makes people lonely. Okay, and you need one reason why technology improves social interaction. So, for example, one reason why technology makes people lonely is, as I said before, people become addicted just to going onto websites. Does that make sense, Tuan Son?
Yes.
So they stop talking to their family, their friends, their classmates, that sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And they spend all of their time looking at things online instead of talking to people. So that's one reason why technology, the internet, makes people lonely. What is one reason, Tuan Son, how the internet improves social interaction? Can you think of one? think of, yeah, how does the internet help improve social connection?
People can
Yeah, people can do what?
communicate from far distance.
People can go on social media, to and son,
Yes.
okay, and chat to their friends and their family. Okay, so that is one reason why technology helps improve social interaction. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so now you have two reasons. So on the one hand, just looking at websites, okay, for hours every day, that can be bad because it means you don't talk to anyone. But on the other hand, if you use social media to talk to people, that can improve social interaction. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. Any question, Tu and Son?
No.
Okay, so those are the two things you would need to talk about in your essay. All right, and finally, we're going to stop in just a moment, everyone. Bao Ling. Bao Ling.
Yes.
Okay, Bao Ling, what have you got? In our technology device, digital innovation impacts on our life with both Okay, so you need to say for this, if you're going to use these two words, you need to either say advantages and what, Bao Ling? Not negative, advantages and
Disadvantage.
correct. But if you're going to use negative, what do you say instead of advantages?
It goes with positive.
Correct. Okay. So remember not to get them mixed up. Okay. So either advantages, disadvantage, or positive and negative, but not advantages and negative. Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's fine. Thank you, Bao Ling. Okay, Kian, do you have any questions for me? Kian?
I think it's no.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Kian. Zhao Wei.
Yes.
Do you have any question for me about this topic?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Zhao Wei. All right, everyone. Thank you. You can stop writing now if you like. So this is the end of the lesson for today. I did say we're going to do speaking, but we've run out of time. We will do speaking next week when I come to Hanoi. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all again very much. Okay, and spending some time with you and talking to you face to face. I think very important for you, and for me as well, to be able to see you face to face and talk to you, and you can practice your English more with me. So like I say, I'm looking forward to that. So I hope you all have a very happy week. So Knock 2, can you stay behind, please? I will give you the speaking test. But the rest of you now, you are all free to go, unless you want to finish the essay. If you finish the essay, I will correct it for you and let you know next week how you did. So you are welcome to finish working on the essay. Otherwise, as I say, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a happy week, and Gap Lai Tao. I will see you next Sunday. Bye, everyone.
Okay, goodbye, everyone. See you
Bye.
next week. Okay.
Okay, see you next week.